Okay, I think we're live. We are live. Hello, everyone. So, oh my goodness me. So, welcome to the White Lotus once again. Here we are. We got, Celia is here. There's a can of Iron Brew. We got Zero, who is, I believe, Optimus Prime right now. I'm pretty serious. He wants to know where the cube is, I think. That's a pretty important question. Was that Megatron? I don't even know. Hey, Khaled is a naked dragon. Khaled, where are your pants? You've got one hell of a camel toe going on there. That's outstanding. Good job. So, okay, and then over here we've got, we've got another naked dragon. Rolrat is a naked dragon. He's running for cover. Sorry. And then we got Tom.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name's Tom. Hi.
Tom is the guy from Scary Movie.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Mum. I took the bins in on Tuesday.
He is this. He's. The bins. Oh, the bins are very important to take in. You must. So we're just looking at videos of times past tonight. Oh my goodness me. So Ophelia is just doing waiting. Oh my goodness, what is going on? That's so funny. Wait. How are you doing that? Are you actually wiggling your head that much?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
crazy.
wiggling my head.
Wow. Iliac concussion. Still gave concussion. Oh, go on. She's gonna get concussion. Don't try this at home. Ophelia is a trained whatever the hell's. She's trained at whatever she's doing. She's some sort of breakdancing cat sing. Oh my goodness me, it's like a hedgehog. Khaled is somersaulting around his living room floor right now. Very, very quickly. That was a wonderful avatar. Look at that. It's magnificent.
That's really cool.
As a so the hedgehog. But if you imagine him he's doing lots of sausage rolls on his carpet right now to achieve that. Again, don't try this at home. Khaled is a professional roly-poly man. Oh, Supersonic. I love Supersonic. Supersonic's amazing.
That's cool.
Oh, goodness me, just turned into a yellow thing. Don't eat yellow balls. That's the rules. Don't do it. Oh, and Roret's into an armchair, which I can actually sit on. Thick. I've sat on Rollright. So, he's gonna relax while he sort of turns round rapidly. Do it! That's fun. Relax. Whoa, we get dizzy. So we're gonna get very dizzy doing this. Okay, I'm standing up now. See that? Shame. No luck. Well, what's this? That's some video for a launch party? What was the launch party? Oh, this was the Type 9 launch party. I remember this. Kind of kept it under wraps right up until the last sort of 48 hours. That was wonderful. Super cool. Right, what do we got next? Oh yeah, J-Mac. So J-Mac is like a legend in Horizons. He's a rapper. You see him there standing in the middle of the stage. That stage I still haven't fully reconstructed in here, like I've got a sort of a stand-in template. The quest is I might get a copyright strike for streaming enough of the music that's in these videos, but because these videos have already been posted.
No, What if you stream your
They're
own
less than 60
content?
seconds if they contain any.
That you've already streamed.
I mean, it's possible. I guess I'll see me in court. That'll be the most
Just, like,
confusing
jump
thing
off the
ever.
stool and you go
Tiger
from one
versus
side to the
tiger.
other.
Maybe they'll make it. Absolutely. And I'll say to him, right, well, basically, because I already made the content, I own it technically. So, and then they'll jump up from another thing, and I'll be like, objection! Objection, Your Honour. That one's a liar. I've seen him, he was stealing chicken from Tesco's on the weekend. Don't trust a thing. Don't trust this thing that comes out of my mouth. You know, chicken thieves should not be trusted. You steal the chicken, anyway. Like, who does that?
I got chocolate.
Oh yeah, Sonic used to like chili dogs.
Chili dog.
That's a big one. A chair. You got chocolate? I know chocolate.
I got ice.
Oh look, it's Yellow Horse. Yellow Horse got stuck in a finger trap. So I hid a finger trap in the Temple of Heaven and Earth. And that's an interesting world. That world was like a philosophical introduction to Taoist philosophy. But I hid finger traps. And Yellow Horse, the silly Benny, came in and decided he was going to start, fingering up the statues. And when he did, he got his finger stuck in a finger trap. And that was a legendary prank. Oh my god. We love Yellow Horse, he's brilliant. He's still around in VR chat, actually. I do see him online. Might send him an invite. What the hell is going on here? What is going on here? Do you know what, right? They used to always make fun of Horizon avatars for having really big heads, and I never understood it at the time. And now looking back, I absolutely understand it. Ow, balloon pop! Yoo-hoo. I think this was in Friend Dropshot as well. I fell at the beach one. Decent. Decent. How are we all out there anyway? Let's just have a look at him chatting. Boopity boopity boop. Really? Okay. Well, let me just make sure this machine's on mute. Hey everyone! So I've just been informed by. Bear with me a sec, guys. So at least. Don't know how which new that is, by the way. But apparently there's a place in England called Little Cockup. That's your tush and Little Cockup, and apparently it's near the Great Cockup Fell. You can't even make this shit up. It's near the Great Cockup Fell.
It's a cockaboo
It was
story.
given its name of Little Cockup to distinguish it from Great Cockup. What the actual hell? Little Cockup, Circular Road, in Cumbria. Bye. Yeah.
I have a map of
I was sorting out some windows on my
the
desktop. This won't
UK
too long.
with weird names on them.
You can tell if I'm using PC.
Weird names. Oh.
You can tell if I'm using
Oh, look, there's zero in the
Like,
video. Who is that tiny person?
What would the difference be?
It shows you clear tattoos on you.
Darkseid is a shark.
Okay, yeah.
He is shark, madam.
Shark side.
Yeah.
I think that's Clyde.
That shark's.
That was
Is it
me.
Clyde? I don't know. Who was the mystery tiny man? You.
I'd jump him and I'd rip his brain out and put it on my brain.
Oh, why would you do that
I took someone's brain. Someone's jealous, really. If I was a brain
Why are you
surgeon,
jealous, Dice?
I'd jump him. And
Oh, Dice. We miss Dice. He just come back to visit sometimes. Crazy old wizard. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. You do meet some wizards in here. Okay. Just, everyone. Guess where we are? We're here with Phil and Shelley. Oh yeah, the Garden of Avatar Remembrance. Avatar Remembrance. So obviously we've got the new avatars coming. Next Tuesday, I believe, or this Tuesday coming. So That's October the fun.
1st
So
is
this is a
when
bit
the
quiet
new
for people.
avatars
Launch. And Starseed has made this wonderful tribute because we love our current avatars. I mean, I'm
Why is
excited
a
for the new
raven
avatars.
like a
Don't get me
writing
wrong,
desk?
but I think we're gonna love the amount of possibilities they bring. But it's a sort of a a time of transition, time of change where, yeah, we're gonna have to say goodbye to these avatars and fit into our new ones. So let's have a little look. Oh no! Oh no!
Hello,
My
White
avatar-
Rabbit.
Oh no!
My avatar's
Oh
frozen.
dear. Garden of Avatar Remembrance by Starseed 101. Just spotted something in the distance and just beyond the remembrance graveyard. We head into here like an...
Oh, I can mess with your ears.
Harmon.
Frozen
Never
ears.
forget though. Never
Blah,
forget.
blah, 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 blah.
Mess with the ears. Oh, you got ear boop on the rabbit, is it? Oh. Where?
Would you like some tea?
Yes, but I would like to know why a raven is like
She's
a
always a
writing
good
desk.
option. God.
Why is a raven like writing? You make me laugh so hard.
Oh
I
my
might
goodness me.
accidentally cut the wrong thing on my 3D model.
Because a teacup is like a hut.
Oh, we love Ophelia.
We love
She's
yeah,
oh.
we love it.
Hey, Yama when Tiesto came to Horizons. Really? What? Fan.
I like Olivia.
Huh?
And I'm just quoting it. Oh, sorry, you're streaming. Never mind.
That's good. I still actually, confessedly, despite plugging the hell out of it, I still haven't been to see 30 Seconds to Mars in Horizon World yet. I really should do that, at some point. You know, Biel says, it's exciting because it's a big band, but I've never really been into them myself. Well, might be able to get into Music Valley if you can't get into the main one. I've heard people have done factory resets on their headsets and got in, but I have no way I'm doing that. That's not a thing I'm prepared to do.
Kill the Red Queen.
Yeah, it's called the
Yes.
song called.
I think... What's all your lasers?
Come, Alice.
Okay.
Let's kill the Red Queen.
What? Cal has been weird everyone. Look, he's got a bazooka. It's being overhauled at the moment. Yeah. So there's been quite a lot of updates. Who hating?
Alice and the White Rabbit, we're going to kill the Queen.
It makes me walk around like I need a poo. Well, I mean, I'm really needing a poo. Oh, it's all going a bit weird in here. Gotta get to the toilet. It's gonna be around here somewhere. Why do we all look like we're busting for poo? Oh, I remember that. We had the Infinity Squat bug. And yeah, there was like a day or two where like they sorted out the locomotion system, and basically people would just go into like an infinite squat, and there's nothing you could do about it, and just look like you had your legs crossed. All the
I
girls
thought the
standing in the line at the bathroom. What the fuck is going on here? What is this? Oh shit, this is banter. Right. Yeah, this is yeah, this
killed the
was
queen.
this is when we had a really good turnout at the banter actually. I forget what
And
we were
it's
watching.
sword from her spine.
We are free. That is ridiculously realistic.
I killed the queen.
Ew, look at the spine on that thing.
I made a sword from her spine.
I thought Boris Johnson killed the Queen by giving her
That's-
COVID-19
um,
that thing.
No, I'm on about the Red Queen.
Wow! Babies can't see things like that.
Like what? It's okay. I didn't say anything about the boats. I can say it.
No. This was the video, actually, that got me, I think, banned from Google advertising. Legitimately. This video got me banned. I think.
I'm going to bed.
Because... Yeah. Okay. Alright, see you
I'm
later.
tired, and my throat hurts, so I've had too much pineapple.
Go, Jan.
Hey. Night. How it good
Good
sleep.
night.
Oh, can I type myself? But night must go on. The night's young. It's my last day off work tomorrow, so I must push through
Little Big
and
Planet.
have fun.
It's the guy from Little Big Planet. Have you ever played that game? That game is so fun.
Oh yeah, I can remember
Which
playing
guy?
that game.
Oh yeah, the sack man. He's in a bananas. Look,
He's called Sack
Look,
Boy.
the Sack-
Pronoun's correct.
oh, you sack boy, you're right, Tom. I never had a PlayStation, but I had friends who did. It's a sack boy in a banana
Closed that server down. I love
costume.
that one.
Oh,
Everyone had the key ring.
little big
That
was
is
the
so cute.
deal.
They had, you know what it is? They had like Horizon Year 2 level physics. You just couldn't put too many loose objects on top of each other, otherwise they'll take off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
One
there's
time
new
I-
Olympus in banter. Eh? Was it?
Why are you
What?
laying down?
What are you doing? Oh my
Oh.
goodness me! You honestly, you look at this turn on the stream afterwards, but you look like you've got your banana dick in the air. Just saying it out loud. It's just too much. It's too much. Yeah.
And on that
yeah.
note, I'm going to
Shoot,
bed. Good
that's all I
night.
got. That's it. Then night.
To the sword that I just pulled out on the
Sister
rabbit.
chases too.
Yeah.
This is what it looked like originally in the
No,
first
yeah.
game.
Oh wow.
So guys,
I prefer the rabbit one.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I've
they've
done this
just
video
updated
already, but
it.
I have curry dogs in the fridge. And I don't know if I
This
can
is-
be bothered to heat them. Curry dogs in the fridge. But they're amazing. They're really good. I
Wow.
made the curry sauce myself, which is a whole bootload of ketchup
Okay.
with some
It's
curry sauce.
Don- no,
I think I
Dante.
have made this video before.
Mhm.
This is his father.
He's not.
Oh wow.
He's not an
And
artist.
that's his
He's
father's.
enjoying himself. It's fine. It's Friday night.
It is Friday night.
Good night.
I love Friday
Good
night.
night,
Friday
good
nights
night.
is so nice. Sure.
That is all right now.
I'm wondering one day. Do we want to go fishing or try bowling or what?
I'll be jumping off in a moment.
Come
but
up fishing. That sounds easy. No? Oh shit. Do we run out of videos? Oh no, there's no doing. Oh, role reversal. And I'm having a drink. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Some hookers. Lovely. Hey. It's amazing how much faster the Primitive Worlds used to perform. Like, I'm looking at the frame rate on it. It was like, with all that going on in the background. I just don't think even if you were really conservative with Trimesh, if you'd get these kinds of speeds.
Oh, I don't do margaritas. I forgot what margaritas do to me.
Get stuff.
How you doing?
Kind of wants me to. I kind of fancy making like a textureless level. This is so weird. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Okay. Yeah, and just seeing if in Trimesh you can make, or gel actually, but without the text. It's just See if you can achieve these kinds of smooth frame rates, because it used to be that smooth, and it's easy to forget that. Like, now everywhere we go in the Triverse, they're all us. And I don't think that's the fault of any of the builders. Here. There, I think Roller is dancing, Kusium. Sit down. That's fun.
That's probably like a Fortnite dance right there.
There.
You know what else is good about curves, mate? You know, like when you've got two textures against each other and it's very difficult to step up sometimes if they're two different objects. If you've got a curve that overlaps it, it lets the player walk straight onto it like a step. It's brilliant. I'm just noticing this now.
Two.
Yeah, I'm very much happy. I'm gonna leave this for now.
This is not really this is not really happening. You bet your life it is. You bet your life it is.
Right, mate.
Lighting used to work better in Pro 2 Worlds as well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah?
Right, I'm gonna love and leave. I was just thinking then, oh no, I'm gonna love and leave you, but good to see you, and thank you for being there. Thank you for being a
No,
friend.
good to see you too, Minty. You were hanging out with us, as always.
See you soon.
Always.
Bye, chat.
See you soon.
Hello.
Here we go. Oh, and a liter.
Clear.
It's a quiet night on here thing. What is that girl doing down the bottom right corner?
Looks like she's having a good time anyway.
She does.
Rollight's having a good time in the corner there.
But what is having a good time? Right. I'm gonna suggest. Let me just check. Oh, what's this? You're up in Borders. Would like to be my friend? Yes, sure. I did not spot that. Great. Okay. Right, I think we should go fishing, guys. I fancy some fishing. You fancy some fishing?
Let's go fishing. Go get the
Let's
fish.
go fishing. Okay. We'll start friends plus instance. So. Sorry, every time I open this up, see this is where VR chat sort of wins out over Horizon's one major point, and I hope Meta is watching this because it's so important. That every time I go in, it shows me a variety box of worlds that I've never seen before. Whereas the Horizons menu just shows me the same things I see every time I open the menu, and it has done for a very long time. But I'm not being overly critical. This is a good thing to do. I'm seeing things that are being made by all kinds of people all the time. Anyway, enough soapboxing. Let's go. Oh shit, wrong thing. Sorry, my bad. Recently visited. Go back. Oh. Here what? Here we go, Spike. Symbol Fishy World. I will do a little draw and see if there's any other surf fishing worlds as well, because there's bound to be other ones. I just really like this one because it really is, as it describes it, simple. My attention span can't keep up with non-simple stuff. Right, friends plus. About pool, and here we go. Alright. We're in. You're in, guys. Awesome. Okay. Let's go. We're gonna just jump off here, ready? Woo! What's that? Beautiful. Okay. So... I'm gonna go to the centre of the island, I think. Oh no, I'm underwater. Quick, quick, get out. Don't drown. Don't drown in the water. We can do this. We got it. Right. Bear with me just getting my bearings a sec, guys. Got some other things going on in the background. So I'm gonna look, actually, if I lay these out. Windows, that one. There we have a tool. Where's the Sid? Sure I had a YouTube window somewhere. Let me just let that up for a sec. Oh, that's this one. Right, okay. So I'll be right with you guys. Let me... Great. Let me dock that there. Perfect. Okay. Let's go. Now I'm gonna sit on this dock, I reckon, so I just go up, go this way, and I took this way. Whoops. Swerved over the stick, drifting my controllers, to be honest, so it's for me a bit challenging. So, let me... yeah, that'll do. Okay. Now we were... Okay, now, can I reach the camera? Ooh, I can't reach the camera, damn it. I'll have to style up a sec, sorry guys. Well, okay, so... We're gonna... angle that round sort of here-ish. Perfect, there we go. Okay, let's get the, so the play this game goes. Nearly in the back here. So I'm just gonna put that there. Let's put right here. There we go. And then we're gonna grab this. So we have a rod, we have a bucket. I shall keep this sort of here, I think, on my lap. And then I can just throw that line out. There is a nice feature I discovered there. In here. In settings called auto reel, which is very cool. So the way auto reel works, so when I catch something, instead of turning the doodad, I can just hold down the trigger. So reels in. Here we go. Here we go. How is everyone doing out there anyway? I'm watching all the chats, by the way. Oh, what have I got? Just pull it back a sec. There you go. Okay. So we have ourselves. Okay. So we have ourselves a little fish. Like so. Which is a Truaves Schitschlid. Cool. New high score. This, Justin. Okay. How is everyone tonight anyway? It's just dirt. Cool. Let's go into the fish stacks. I think I've caught everything. Not sure. Let's try it. No chain. Oh, something coming. Oh, this one's a big one. With her. Oh, cool. What was that? New high school. So. Let's pull that there. Great. So, according to this, I've caught every type of fish there is out there. Ooh. Even the jellyfish. It's nice, your jellyfish, just there. Gummy fish, yeah, I mean. Should we...
One fish I haven't caught.
Oh, fair. Which one?
I don't know if it's shaded.
Is it the gummy fish?
I got the gummy fish. It's the one next to the green one with the big head.
Oh.
The one next to that shaded out.
Maybe just where? Just...
It's just
Ah! Green one with a big head. If it's next to the green one with a big head, it might either be the... this one, whatever it is. Hey, girl.
next to, no, it's
That
the
way,
one next,
or...
not the car. It's not
Oh,
the car.
something else.
The on the other side of it.
Keep that sneak closing the menu. It's not the carp.
The other side of the one with the big head.
It's not the mahi, it's the elk then. Oh. Is it there? Oh yeah.
That one. I haven't caught that one yet.
I wish I could tell you what it is. I don't actually know what it is. I have one of those though. Shoot. I'd love them to expand this with more fish. That'd be good. Cool. I was walking around Whiterun in Skyrim. The aliens. It's with very nice. It's really cool. Although I had to leave because Jenny had to go out somewhere. But yeah, it was nice. It was PC only though, sadly. But it was well done. It looks like they'd sort of, I guess they'd ripped the archery and a lot of the textures from Skyrim, but then they did a lot of stuff with fire articles and instead of moving bushes and that. And they did this sort of level of detail with the mountains and distance. It looked really amazing. So, yeah. Well, tonight was my no alcohol night, and I really had 2 shots of peach snaps. Don't laugh, but it's see, I might have a third before the night's out. Well, it's taking its time. Yep, just check if anyone's in the comments. Wow, okay. No one's talking tonight. Everyone's probably sleepy. We're getting ready for Friday, I guess. We'll check. Oh, wow, first fish. It's a green sparkly one. What can I mean? No. Okay. Come. Oh, damn it, I lost the fish. I wasn't even concentrating. We'll get her. Sure. Oh yeah, which fan? The YouTube player in here, ain't it?
You knew it.
You're his secret YouTube player. Yeah, I'll go find it. Bear with me. Let's just stand myself up. Help. Okay. I screw that camera set. So I just pull that up here. Okay, so the camera. How us the camera? The radio is just here in the grass. But it's Yeah. Wait a second, I gotta get lower. Take get it. No. There we go. Look here. So this little bad boy. So what I'm going to do is I can just place this here. Now I'm going to go off into... Let's choose something really interesting. So, for go. Sure. Podcast. No, thank you. There we go. Oh, wait. No, wait, don't have shorts. I'm confused. Sorry, I'm just setting this up. Wait. Why is that taking me to shorts every time? That's not what I want to watch. Right. Right, let's just get relaxed and then what we'll do... Let's go in here, so we need to grab this thing. Right, I gotta press buttons to use. There we go. What's the other button now? Okay. And then we hit this button. See, you see it's hidden. It's a little video player. Right. What we do is we can... On this keyboard, we hit a button. And what the song to do? So a button. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work, is it? So I must go back. There you go, more. Blush. There was the. Okay. Close that and then paste that. Oops. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. It's because I'm on PC, that's why. Right, I think I know what I need to do then. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to go into here. There was mute as any cross chatter on the noise, guys. Hello, you. It's the right channel, it's just the wrong video. Here. That wrong. See? Jay. Bear with me. Oh, I think this is gonna work. I had 2 seconds.
I asked my audience for their 15 most popular unanswered questions about how to lose fat or to gain muscle mass. The first one, how do I lose weight fast? Hope you just answered that.
Yeah.
The second
Well, that was bloody convoluted. Okay, so now if we come out of here. And
wow, some statement.
yeah, till the volume
Any
up
harm
on
in eating
that.
too much protein?
It's rare, and in fact, almost everybody who has some degree of an issue with their body fat levels underconsume protein.
The next question is about PCOS. What would you say to a woman struggling with PCOS in terms of dietary prescription?
That's a damn good question, man. Can I go into detail with this? Because a lot of people are very misinformed about this stuff.
The floor is yours.
Okay, so
Alan Aragon has been using science to help elite athletes unlock
Sure.
peak performance for over 30 years.
And now he's breaking down the nutrition and training strategies that actually deliver results.
it's important to take an evidence-based approach to diet, nutrition, training, supplementation, because if you don't,
Put a
then
big
you end up
YouTube
wasting
player
a
in
lot
full
of
health.
So let's start
That's
with
fun.
protein. So how much
Well,
protein should I be eating to gain
I
muscle?
think that's too
What is
big.
your goal body weight?
It's around 90.
Take 90 and multiply that by there's your protein target.
What about calorie restriction? I've heard you say that 10 or 20% of your calories can come from
grandmother.
pretty much anything you want.
Literally anything.
So I could eat McDonald's or something, and I could still lose weight theoretically.
That's true. And this is reflected in
So
research
we went
along
down there a
with
sec.
diet breaks. That's one of the tactics
We've
that
got
you
a
can
yellowy
use
sink,
for
sorry for
long-term
moving here.
adherence to a plan. And I'll explain how.
I also want to talk about the ketogenic diet, menopause, fasting, sugars, and this.
Chat is so
That always gets me, man. That picture always gets me.
That's
Why?
why.
I used to
Just
drink
about, yeah.
heavily. I was overworked and
Okay.
trying to be the
Okay.
best father and the best husband. And it got real bad. I just needed to stop. And I did.
How?
I just...
Well,
Wow, really?
Yes.
I see messages all the time in the comments section that some of you didn't realize you didn't subscribe. So if you could do me a favor and double check if you're a subscriber to this channel, that would be tremendously appreciated. It's the simple, it's the free thing that anybody that watches this show frequently can do to help us here, to keep everything going in this show in the trajectory it's on. So please do double check if you subscribed, and thank you so much, because in a strange way you're part of our history and you're on this journey with us, and I appreciate you for that. So yeah, thank you. Alan, why should I listen to you What have you done in your career over the last 30 years that has given you the knowledge, the information, the wisdom that you have on nutrition, dieting, fitness, etc.? Who is Alan?
I have over 30 years of experience in the field. The first 10 years consisted of personal training. The second decade of my career was nutritional counseling, just counseling people on how to eat, what to eat. And then the third decade of my career, which is actually running on 13 years now, is the research and education side. My colleagues and I, we, in quotes, do the science, we publish the science. I've been a part of 30 publications.
30 studies.
Yeah, a combination of narrative reviews, systematic reviews and meta-analyses.
Jenny's just given me a Japanese Kit Kat that might.
And how many people have you worked with directly over the last 30 years in terms of?
I think it's a wasabi Kit Kat. I'm gonna have it now.
Role, but also as a trainer.
Individually,
shove it all in my mouth.
It's triple digits.
Sure,
groups, potentially quadruple.
That's wasabi. That's sugar.
And some of those people that you've worked with over the years are fairly high profile.
Yeah,
individuals.
Yeah. Probably my most interesting story is getting an email from Steve Austin, and wrestling fans know him as Stone Cold Steve Austin. In so many words, he said, "Hey, Alan, I've been doing my research, and you're the guy. So I want to work with you. I know that you mentioned that you're not working with clients, but could you please make an exception for me? Here's my number."
What did you do with him, with Stone Cold?
I helped him get his nutrition right for his, in quotes, comeback to television. It was mainly focused on primarily fat loss.
And you worked with Derek Fisher as well, who's the 5-time NBA
Tiny
champion.
Coca-Cola second bottle.
LA Lakers player.
Yeah.
Plant always.
Pete Sampras, the former
They're
world
very
number one tennis
potent.
player,
They
Grand
are.
Slam champion.
Yeah, Pete Sampras, that's right.
When people come to you, and when they message you and DM you, there's probably similar themes as to like what they're trying to accomplish and what their goal is. If you just from the top of your head had to state the most popular themes that people are trying to accomplish, what are they?
How to improve body composition.
What does that mean?
The mystery
How
of
to
Japanese
lose fat
confectionery.
and or
Mystery
gain
of
muscle.
Japanese confectionery. You never know what you're
One
going
of
to
the things
get.
that I'm particularly
You just gotta
intrigued
try it.
by, which
I
kind of
hope the
dovetails
best.
into both of those subjects of fat and muscle gain,
It's always
is
squishy, Jenny.
the subject of protein. And because there's been so much said about protein. You know, when I was growing up, they said you have to have
it's a
protein
big
right after
welly
you eat
nut.
your meal. You have to have this much protein. You have to have it before you eat your meal. It doesn't matter when you have it. So I want to do a bit of myth busting
Put
on the
my
subject
bucket
of
away next to
protein.
it from.
What are the biggest myths that people currently believe about protein consumption?
The biggest myth is that they have the
Oh, wow.
hierarchy of importance all screwed
All
up.
over fake.
Like everybody's worried
Disgusting.
about how much protein per meal you need to have.
I mean, it
for this
wasn't
or that goal.
unpleasant, it was
when
just-
do you need to time protein relative to the training
wasn't
bout, or
unpleasant, it was
waking, or
just-
sleeping, or all that stuff? The main thing they need to be focused on is how much protein do they need to
It's
eat
like a
by
brown
the end of the
jelly.
day. Because when you hit that
Colours.
goal, you've basically
Well, a
won
bad
the
flavour.
whole game.
Lightly
the
sugary.
relative placement, the distribution, and the doses of the protein, the timing of it.
Then it's just a brown sugar.
Oh man, it rarely matters. It rarely matters beyond getting that protein in a way that's comfortable and convenient for you, and in such a way that you can stick to in the long term. Some people are more like grazers. Some people are more like
At least-
gorgers.
They're
They're both fine as long as you hit the total by the end of the day. So the hierarchy is of utmost importance. Get your
Oh, going
total daily
Eagles
protein.
here.
And then of secondary importance would
Oh.
be what is the distribution of the constituent doses of that protein total through the day. And then of third importance down here is like when specifically are you supposed to time that protein around the training bout. So yeah.
The eagle coming in the bank.
The way that I put it is like this.
So
The daily total for protein, that is the cake. The distribution of the doses through the day, that's the icing on the cake, and it's a very thin layer of icing.
And how do we know that? how do we
Catch
know
an
that it doesn't
eBay?
really matter what time you have the protein and that the most important
Hey,
thing
Eagle.
is just making sure you
Eagle,
get the
just a
protein?
heads up. I am live
That's a great
streaming,
question.
so this camera can hear
The
and see
reason
everything
that
gets
we
broadcast
know
into every
that
major streaming platform.
distribution doesn't matter as much
So,
as the
just
total.
a
is
no
through
warning. You're
a
free to
couple lines
talk,
of
but as long
evidence
as you're
that I can
okay
think
with
of.
it being
So there's
broadcast out.
Yasuda,
So-
who compared a 3-meal model with a 2-meal model. And the 3-meal model had superior effects for muscle.
Come and join us, though. We're just chat.
But there is
YouTube,
a study that was just
Twitch,
published,
X.
within the last
Not
month.
TikTok, because they've been silly
It
billies
was
at the moment.
better
I
from
don't know
a
if they're just
methodology
incompetent or
standpoint
if it's
because
on purpose.
they fed the subjects an abundance of
and
protein. So
Rich,
Yasuda and
which is
colleagues,
the other one.
and
Not
colleagues who
Instagram
tested the
tonight.
2
I'm not doing
versus 3,
Instagram. So that
he
can be right
totaled everybody out at 1.3 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. That's a total daily protein dose. And so we know now that that's a suboptimal total if you want to push muscle growth. So for pushing muscle growth, you should be at 1.6 grams
the
per
go-go
kilogram
loco
of body
stuff.
weight, which
Just,
translates to 0.7 grams per pound
select
of
a
body weight.
pose.
That's where you really want to be if you want to maximize
Okay.
muscular adaptations to resistance training, like muscle size and strength.
Zero
gain.
just crashed
So,
possibly, but
This latest study, they compared three protein feedings versus 5 protein
these
feedings.
Campucuda sweets
And
are
the
really nice.
totals
They're tiny.
of protein intake in the day in both groups were around a gram per pound. So right around 2.2-ish grams per kilogram of body weight. So we have the optimized daily total, and we're testing 3 versus 5 protein feedings.
It's a
We're
quick
doing
up.
progressive resistance training.
Easy.
And this is the key. This happened in
105
resistance-trained subjects. There were no significant differences in muscle size and strength gain between the 3 protein feedings a day versus 5 protein feedings a day. And this is the best designed study to date on the topic. And so,
Because when I grew up and read stuff about gaining muscle, it said you had to have like 5 or 6 meals a day. It said that's what bodybuilders do.
whenever we talk about any kind of physical goal, any sort of fitness goal, we have to address 2 main things. So who's the population, and what goal are we talking about? And maybe a third thing we need to address is what is at stake.
It's just
So
me.
what level are
we sinned out as we've
population,
surpassed
goal,
midnight.
What level? What's at stake? So with bodybuilders,
How are we all?
at elite levels,
Gonna eat some of these Coca-Cola sweets. Oh,
It
no,
is-
Eagle's coming back.
most of them
It's
consume 5-6 meals a day.
Yeah.
Some of them do like even 7 or 8 in the off season. And
Hello.
these are individuals who are enhanced, and so their ceiling for muscle growth and their rates of muscle growth are significantly higher than people who are, in quotes, natural. And the amount of food that these individuals can process and use productively is significantly more. And so with that population, I can see it being pretty standard for them to be consuming at least 5-6 meals a day, since they tend to be eating double the amount of the average person. And so, but the interesting thing that happens is that the guidelines from this very sort of fringe elite population, that's what trickles down into the general public, and then they're stuck thinking, okay, maybe I need to eat every 2.5 hours or some such. But yeah, with the general population and even recreational athletes and people who are
This is
hobbyists and
area
stuff,
of a CEO.
you really,
the big fan of the show.
the
Sorry,
impact of actual
um,
protein distribution is inconsequential
Get
compared
some
to
really
the total.
interesting guests.
So how much protein should I be eating a day? Because I
Oh,
think
you
you
can speak
disagree
to-
with the recommended daily sort of allowance that they suggest we eat. As I think I'm 90
Wait,
kilograms.
Bob, but just down there.
How much protein should I be eating to gain muscle, lean muscle mass?
Okay, so we're going to apply you to the population and the goal and the stakes questions. So what would you say your training status is? Well, you're obviously not a beginner. So you're somewhere between intermediate
got 'em.
and advanced, right?
Yeah.
So
got one. Here it
what
comes.
is your goal?
Just to lose
What
fat,
is
gain
it?
muscle.
Oh.
Okay.
Familiar story, I'm sure.
Ah, it's one of
Okay.
these shit
The way that I
shakes.
do it is I go 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of target body weight or goal body weight. So that's the range that you would be looking at.
Wait.
Now, with
Very
you
good.
in
Hey,
particular,
Peter. Stream's live at the moment. Just a
I
fair
would go
warning.
more towards the upper
This
end.
camera is looking this way at the
Because you
moment.
mentioned that part of your goal is to decrease body fat to a minor degree, but you're pushing the envelope because you're already lean. So there's an interesting thing about high balling protein that facilitates
I do.
that,
Yeah. It's
reduction
not
in body
about
fat.
high
But also, if I have
sensational
a lot of
challenge. It's just
protein,
about.
it helps to reduce body fat.
Yeah, it does. And the way that we know this is because there have been several studies now, 4 trials, 1 case study by Joey Antonio and colleagues, and they examined the effect of very high protein intakes, anywhere from about 3.3 all the way to 4.4 grams per kilogram of body weight. Roughly,
Lift one hand to the other wrist,
gram and a
and you'll
half to
see
2
some
grams
buttons.
per
Then
pound.
press the
Is
trigger
that
on
because
the
you're eating less
bucket and
carbohydrates?
fish
You're
you
sort
got.
of substituting it for something else,
You'll be like,
essentially,
I'm
in
gonna be all
terms of
set.
you feeling hungry. So if I'm having 3.3 grams of protein, I'm
Oh,
probably not
what
going
is
to be having
this?
something else, which
Oh,
is
baby
more
shark!
fatty.
Yeah, that's right.
That's quick.
That's right. So
Hang
this
around long, let's
particular
jump into the
line of
bucket.
research was done on people who were resistance training.
That's fun.
And it was done in free living conditions. And they just gave them the assignment to essentially increase their protein intake by 50%.
Pianist. Yeah, I was just playing
Literally add
Diary of a
80 to
CEO.
100
It's
grams
just
of
my
protein
listening to.
on top of their
Okay.
existing habitual
That's the guy
dietary
from
intakes.
Dragon's
So what
Den,
would you
right?
say to me then? You'd say push even higher in terms of grams per kilogram of body weight.
Possibly.
What is your goal body weight?
I don't actually have
Definitely,
a goal body
I
weight,
think
to
he
be
was on
honest.
some
I
TV
just
show.
have more of a
Problem is, I don't watch TV,
goal
so I
in
don't
terms of,
actually
like,
know, but
strength
How about
it
this?
is a good show.
Were you ever in the shape that you are wanting to be in? And
Yeah.
what was your body weight at that time?
Hey, lovely.
I was around
how do
90.
you
I think I was just a little
extend,
bit
the wire?
below 90 kilograms. So I think I was about 88.
Okay. So,
What
you know what?
wire?
Let's take 90.
Yeah.
The fishing
But how do you
Multiply that
cast?
by 2.2.
90
So you
times
flick
2.2.
your hand back,
okay.
There's your
flick it
protein
forward, and as
target.
you flick it forward, just tap the trigger.
198 grams of protein a day.
Mhm.
So if a protein shake gives me 20 grams of protein, I need to have basically 10 protein shakes a day. Seems like a lot of protein.
Yeah, okay.
That is a lot of
So
protein.
tap that trigger, just it
I-
goes
I
forward.
would
There you go. You
Give a
got
little
it.
caveat here.
Thanks,
You can probably
Let's
achieve
throw
your,
this fish
your
fish
goal
backwards, honey.
with 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. So that would be the lower end. So multiply 90 by 1.6, and that's where you can start. So if that 198 number seems kind of far-fetched, or even a little bit like, how would I even achieve that? Then start off at the lower end.
Do women have a different prescription in this regard? Is there a
direction.
different approach if you're a woman?
Yeah, if you're a woman, you would
Yes,
almost
you're the
always
second person
start
to
at
have
the low
noticed
end,
that.
because women have a higher
I think the first was
proportion
wet.
of body fat, and by default they have a lower proportion of
That's it.
lean
Hats
mass.
off to the Dutch. They notice
So
the
with
finer
women,
details.
it would almost always be, all right, let's
Shit.
start at
Got,
1.6 grams per kilogram of target body weight and see how you do with that. And we can always ratchet it up if needed.
Is there any such harm in eating too much protein?
It's rare.
But the
You
shoe
would
in
have
the
to have
bucket,
a pre-existing
it's really important
chronic
that you do
kidney
that.
disease,
Because if you
and
don't,
then
all you're ever going to catch is
generally not a
shoes.
good thing to be highballing the protein.
Can
So now
anyone
you'll be
see
catching
the
fish.
fish over there?
People with chronic kidney disease have to realize the trade-off that they're incurring with a low protein diet.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Older age,
I think that's
how are they going to mitigate that?
I think that's
But
the
for
glitch.
the general healthy population,
You have a nice stand.
there have
Your
been
avatar
many
has a nice
studies
stand.
that have rolled out looking at effects
Criminal
on
type.
kidney function, liver function, bone health, and there is virtually zero threat to those organ systems that you would think might be threatened by a high protein intake. So the human organism, perfectly well equipped to metabolize and handle high protein amounts.
And not all protein is equal, I guess, because you've got these animal proteins and then plant proteins that come from things like eggs and so on. What is the best type of protein, do you think?
Is it just
Is there such a thing?
No.
I think that the best thing you can
seems to
do
be a
is get a
trend.
mix of different types of protein. It is true that gram for gram,
Yeah, I heard they're
generally
taking
speaking, animal
all
proteins
the
are
avatars
more, in
out
quotes,
and they're gonna make
anabolic
a new avatars.
than plant proteins, meaning that
What?
they stimulate a greater
Wherever they took all the
growth
avatars in
response
here,
Of muscle.
at the muscle level.
one
So
they
they stimulate muscle
probably
protein synthesis
got
more
trouble or
potently
something and they got
than plant
removed.
proteins. And
Okay.
there
So
are
like
maybe one
famous
exception to that
author or
that we
something?
know of, which is
Yeah, or he
mycoprotein, which is a
got,
fungus-based
or wherever the
protein
make
that
that
actually outperformed
avatar
milk
got in
protein
trouble
for
or
stimulating
something,
muscle protein
and they
synthesis. So
banned
there's
them.
interesting exceptions like
Or
that.
the
But
person.
generally speaking, animal proteins are
you
better
know,
for muscle protein synthesis than plant
And that's
proteins.
why they removed
Now,
it.
with that said, Stephen,
in a lawful
once
country,
you
I would
consume
say
a
there's
certain
no
amount of
problem,
total daily protein,
but of course,
then it
the guy
doesn't
doesn't
appear to
care about
matter
rules, you know?
how much of your protein is
What do you
animal-based
do
versus how much
if you play
your
against
protein is
somebody who does
plant-based.
not care
If we're
about the
looking
rules?
at
Jump off, do you
things
sit
like
down?
muscle size and strength gain, because this has been actually compared
Fall in.
in
No.
controlled
So to
interventions.
sit down, you have
where
to open your
supposed
radial
vegan
menu
group has been
and then
compared
look
to
for the
omnivore group,
go-go
and total
Yeah.
daily
None of
protein
my
was
options
optimized
are
at
like
1.6
or
grams per
local.
coming
kilogram
up.
of body weight per day, or 0.7 grams per pound in all groups. Progressive resistance
That's why I've
training for
changed
12
so many
weeks.
times.
No significant differences between groups in muscle size and
I'm
strength
seeing
gain, whether it was
something.
a
My avatar
omnivorous
got
protein intake or
completely
whether it was a
reworked as well.
plant-based protein intake, and we have 2 studies showing that now.
Or maybe I
You
never
must have
figured
so many
this out on
moments where
PC
you're
'cause I
working
don't have
with
this on,
someone through your career who's got
I
a
have
goal
an
and he
additional
feels
option
like they
here.
just can't accomplish it.
It
I
says
did
view.
Where
try.
you find yourself saying the
I
same
did
thing
try
over and over
PC
again to
and
people
my
about
pictures
how to
all
lose fat or to gain muscle mass.
not working. The
Is that
picture
same
is
thing
like
just to have more protein?
blurry and
It's a common thing with the general population, with the lay
I don't
public.
think the two's not power
My-
enough
my
though,
protein
for the
target is
PCs.
at least 160
Because it's all
Ooh, I got a
grams.
the
fishing pole.
So I just make sure that I have 4 meals with at least 40 grams
Go fishing
Ah.
target.
per day, and it's so
Yeah,
easy
I have
to do.
PC
It's
only
incredibly easy to do
There.
because
and
2 of my meals per
they
day are
are
just real
not
whole
Two-
So
food
Eagle,
foods.
you have
Two-
to
and then 2 of my meals per day,
cast.
2 to
It's
3,
a very simple
are
mechanic.
protein smoothies.
You pull the stick
And
back,
so it is
wave it
just
forward,
so
and
incredibly
press
easy
the
for me
trigger
to
just
get
as
my
you hit
protein
the
intake
forward
through.
bit.
Like 2 scoops of
There you
protein,
go.
bam, that's almost 50 grams of protein.
Perfect.
Right there. So
How do you
have
reel it
2 of
in?
those a
That's
day,
it.
got more than half my
It's
protein.
the simplest one, but
But
it
if
took me a
if I
while
have
to
all of
figure
my
it out.
protein in one meal, is that going to impact my ability to gain muscle or lose fat if I have it all in one meal? If I just
It
have like
took me
one
a
massive
while
protein
in
shake,
bobber
I
bait
put like
fishing
5
to figure
scoops.
it out.
Now, if you were telling me, hey, Alan, I want to place really good in the Nationals
Yeah.
this year,
Ooh.
the NPC
Oh, I have
Nationals,
so many buttons.
classic physique, or
Sparkly.
classic bodybuilding, or
your
just any one of the
Your
physique
power
control
divisions.
down.
trigger. And you hold it
I
and then
would
you
say,
just let
you
go
know,
when you release it.
you are not going to want to
Left
try to
trigger.
get all your
Ooh, I got
protein in
one.
a single meal, because what we want to do
Look at this.
is we want to maximize the number of
This is a big one.
micro
I
anabolic
think it's a-
events in the course of the day.
Not
We want to
happy.
maximize the amount of times you maximally stimulate muscle protein synthesis in the course of the day. And just from a pragmatic standpoint, you could probably do that
How
at
do I
least
reel it in?
3 or 4
Make
times.
sure, Eagle,
And
that
if
you
you're
get
able to do
your
that 3 or
bucket
4
out
times in the day
as
versus
well.
once with
Got it.
that one big banger of a meal,
You need to
then
get
you
your
might
bucket out
actually
when you
over time gain more muscle than you would have. And this
I
could make
didn't
the
have my
difference
bucket
between
out, but
placings at the end of the
I just
end of the
grab
prep
it
period.
and then-
So,
So,
but
oh, they got
No,
all-
somebody in the general
That's a
population,
boot.
Yeah.
theoretically, you
Make sure you
Just
put
keep
that
putting it in
boot
the
into
bucket.
the
You do
bucket.
something here. I
That's your
asked my
tutorial.
audience
If you don't do
about
it,
weight loss and asked them
well,
for their 15 most
you need to
popular
put the boot in the bucket,
questions
otherwise you
that
won't
are
catch any
currently
fish.
unanswered for them
all right.
about weight loss. The first one was, how do I lose weight fast?
Ha! So essentially, you can engage what could be classified
2
as a
seconds.
All right.
protein sparing modified fast. You're basically
VR
crash dieting.
chat brought back the essence.
I don't love doing that, though, honestly.
Listen, I've got a wedding. I need to
So you-
lose weight fast. How do I lose weight fast?
Losing weight
This
fast.
is a
so
YouTube video
you would
just
basically
playing
do
on a
an
tiny
aggressive
radio.
caloric deficit. So anywhere, I would say
But yeah, there are yeses in
20%
VR chat.
below your maintenance needs, 20 to possibly 40, depending on the
There
individual.
are indeed
percent
yeses in
below your
VR
maintenance
chat.
needs.
Two players are very
And
popular
then
though.
keep the protein high, and this is going to default you to relatively low carbohydrate, relatively low fat.
Why does it keep going
and
do that? I'm not flicking
just
over
train
there.
regularly. Don't hurt yourself.
Protein high, you said.
Yeah, protein high and calories wise. So, for example,
Hold on. Do I?
if you maintained
never
at, we'll just take a round number, 2,000 calories. So you would just
There you go.
lop off about a third of that, and then
That was
just
the
go
out of the park.
and see if you can
Are you
maintain your fat loss
Tiger?
while maintaining strength levels relatively. It's almost inevitable
Twitch,
to crash diet
YouTube,
and
X,
lose
and
some strength in the process. But I mean, we're talking about something that's not an optimal process. But yeah, that's the game. Basically, aggressive caloric deficit, keep protein very high, and then you just go. And the deficit could be anywhere from 500 to 1,000-ish calories below what you normally take in.
The second one is, why do I regain weight after stopping
Look at this
Ozempic,
stripey
Wegovy,
boy.
etc.?
All right, so those GLP-1 RAs, the GLP-1 receptor agonist drugs,
big one.
like Wegovy,
Look at that one.
they
I
have
put it in my
at
bucket
least
now?
3 different mechanisms
Yeah.
that all converge towards
Little
You
fish.
have to make sure there is no hole
almost
in your bucket.
nullifying your hunger and your appetite response. And so when you cut out
That-
the drug,
that-
then your
Sick
normal
clever.
appetite comes back.
Full mechanic not
And-
implemented yet.
An unfortunate reality for a lot of GLP-1 users when they get off the drug is they just don't have the habits and they don't have the skills necessarily to maintain their weight loss. And of course, once again, they're fighting their appetite.
Really,
So I would say perhaps try a weaning off process instead of just a jumping off process. A weaning off process where you are reinforcing countermeasures to overeating, where you are reinforcing good training habits and good dietary habits, and where you're also progressively learning how to live with and deal with sensations of hunger between meals, and just train those habits.
Commenting from back
And it can be done.
Twitch.
I'm not
I
one of the
haven't,
people
but I
in the
know
camp
that
who says
Fred
it's
and
impossible to
Dropshot
get
and a
off
few
of
others
weight
have
loss
been
drugs
playing with the Island Generator over in
So number
Horizons.
3 again is
It's
my
very good.
metabolism damaged after dieting? And they're asking a
I
question here about
get
something
the
called
feeling.
adaptive thermogenesis.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, so this is not
intended
really a short
for
shot here.
people who
So
don't know how
the
to work with geometry
process of
and
metabolic
texture.
adaptation is kind of complex.
If you want an
and it
express
happens
way
in
to
both
set up
directions,
a
whether you try to gain weight or whether you try to
random
lose weight.
islands,
So earlier we talked
it
about
offers some
an increase in non-exercise
some
activity
options.
thermogenesis, or NEAT. An increase in NEAT in response
creating
to an
your own
increase in
custom islands
calories.
with buildings and
So
footage.
that occurs
Yeah, I
in-
can see it being popular with people
Across
who have
studies,
no
I
interest
gave an
in actually
example
building.
that showed a
I don't mean that
336
facetious.
calorie increase.
There are a
in
lot of
NEAT
people out there who
when 1,000 calories were stacked on top
don't
of
seem
people's
to
maintenance.
get on with
But there are
well
other
wells.
studies where the caloric increase was not quite
But
that aggressive. So
Something
on
Horizons
average,
has always been good at is, and they've been
increases
people
in
who might not be
NEAT or non-exercise
3D
activity
artists.
thermogenesis are about 200 to 300 calories.
the ability
So you
to
increase
create
your
some
energy
amazing
expenditure about 200 to
And this
300
is an
calories
essential
really cool
if you're
game.
overeating.
Yeah. So your body
item now.
will start to twitch more and move more, burning
Mhm.
non-active calories.
That's correct.
When you're overeating, yeah.
Do you think
that's
back
the-
to
that's
sort
the
of
adaptation.
primitives
That's the adaptation in
Horizons in a
the caloric
utopian
surplus
something
side.
like jungle?
So in the caloric
What
deficit
you're gonna do
side,
is you're gonna get a lot of worlds who have just been
the opposite
built
thing,
using
just
their
a mirror of it. So
jungle
people
template
decrease
by people who
their
didn't know where to start,
non-exercise
and they didn't
activity
customize them
thermogenesis
off, and they
or their
just
NEAT. They decrease it
them
on
as
average
is.
of 2
Next
to
to New
300
Horizons, let the worlds
calories
contain the word jungle.
as a
You'll see
result
what I
of
mean.
dieting. So this is part of
But
a
it's okay.
metabolic adaptation
It's okay.
that occurs with dieting.
Is this why people don't think the calories in, calories
And
out
many people
system
do want
is working
worlds,
for
but
them
they don't.
sometimes? Because they don't realise
don't wanna
that if
learn how
they're
to
in a
make them.
calorie
And
deficit sometimes, they are subconsciously
You go-
moving
Yeah, I think
around
the
less,
island
which
generator,
means that
for
they're
example,
burning less calories. So actually they're not in a
creates
calorie
your
deficit.
Yes, that's correct.
island and your
So,
foliage, but if
with
you try and
the
sort of save any
dieting
of
side
that
of
foliage
things,
to your assets,
which is much more
it
of
doesn't
a
actually
public health
save,
issue,
apparently.
weight loss
It's
is much
locked
more
to
of
the
a
environment cube and it's
necessity
random
than the weight
seed.
gain.
So
It's tougher
mechanics
for
are
most
big
people
to miss
because
out.
in addition to the
And-
decrease in non-exercise activity that'll cost
Ooh,
people 200 to
bloody hell,
300
that calorie
calories
per
that they're no longer burning at the end of the dieting cycle. Then you've got what's
I think
called
if Horizons ever did like a
adaptive
cityscape
thermoreduction.
generator,
Okay, so you mentioned adaptive
that would be
thermogenesis.
very cool.
Technically, that is there's non-shivering adaptive thermogenesis
Everybody
and there's
playing
shivering adaptive
SimCity as a
thermogenesis.
green
But that
very
all
double.
has to do with increases in energy expenditure in response to cold environments.
Well,
So
there
that's
was
technically that's what adaptive
I think it was
thermogenesis
a British
is.
or
It's
German
increase
games
in
studio
energy
called
expenditure.
Introversion
When people diet,
Software, and they made the
there's something
original
called
Uplink
adaptive
game and
thermoreduction.
a few other
And
things
that
as
is
well.
part of it.
And they
is
actually
a
published
decrease
a tech
in
demo
non-exercise activity
of a
thermogenesis.
procedural
You're
city
basically
generator
saying that
about
the body
15 years ago.
changes when we're in a calorie
And I
deficit.
actually did buy it
It
as part of a
stops
charity
doing as
bundle of
much.
other
Yes,
procedural
that's
generators.
the
But it was
activity part.
Yeah.
bloody
But
amazing.
then there's also the
It's like,
metabolic
it didn't
part.
just create a
So
grid,
we got
it created some
a
like,
decrease in non-exercise activity.
triangles and
Yeah,
circular
so
Then we
buildings.
have
It's amazing.
adaptive
At the end,
thermoreduction,
they always go for
which
the,
has to do
like,
with a
the
metabolic component
architectural,
that has to do with the sympathetic
ovens,
nervous system and also
not the gaming.
potentially
world.
thyroid output as well. So there's this metabolic change that goes on, and there's behavioral or activity change that goes on.
So when
And
people
so
say I've got a slow metabolism, they might be
when-
telling the truth.
when people say I have a slow metabolism,
Or it can,
what's
it's
usually
catfish.
happening
I've never
is they
eaten a
have a
catfish.
pretty massive drop in
Ooh.
NEAT or non-exercise activity
Yeah.
to the order of 200 to 300 calories.
Oh, you have a nice
Now,
fish growing,
adaptive
Iggy.
thermoreduction
Thank you.
is another 50
what?
to 100 calories.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
haven't
looking
really
at in the
like that.
neighborhood
Yeah, some
of like
mackerel.
Really?
Delicious.
possibly
It's
300
it's Korea
400
Tiger.
calories
She brings good luck.
that they're no longer
I
burning
love my
as a result of the
and
dieting
salmon.
process. Now, if you take somebody with clinically
Mackerel's great.
diagnosed hypothyroidism, then their resting metabolic rate
I
could be
always have it
7 to
canned with
10%
oil,
lower
olive
than
oil.
somebody without a thyroid issue. So you add another 1 to
Need to
200
think of
calories
something.
less burned over here, then you have the potential for 500 to 600
Yeah.
calories of energy expenditure that this person is challenged with at the end of their dieting cycle. So they're
So I guess it is kind of true
like a
in
thermo-
a way that people understand
Whoa,
it. That if you
Lordy.
overeat, your metabolism,
That
as
is
far
an
as they understand what the
Atlantic.
metabolism is
Cod.
increasing, and if you undereat, then your
Those salmon,
metabolism
that's
is
a monster.
slowing
Look
down.
at the size of
yes,
that.
but I have to emphasize
That's
the major
crazy.
component that slows down is your non-exercise activity.
Yeah, oh,
You're not
okay.
moving around as much.
Yes. The
Oh,
other
that's quite good.
components, like adaptive thermoreduction and potential thyroid issues, that is the minor component. The major component is a drop in fidgeting, a slowing of the rate that you walk around, an increase in the amount you sit around.
I'll be
And you
back
can
later.
control that.
I'm
Yes.
going to go make a tea.
It's hard to put a finger on
Enjoy.
it, but as long as you know that stuff goes down, I'll give you an
Tea sounds
example
like
of
such a good
physique
idea.
competitors. They
Hey,
are
if you're making tea for two,
as their
I'll
cutting
take one.
cutting phase progresses, they're literally lying around
Well,
in between
hold
their
on.
cardio sessions
Well, we don't
and their
have any
resistance training
artillery
sessions
that's
and their
shoots, to the
Tupperware meal
UK.
sessions.
We don't
Okay,
have
they're no
those
longer
long-range ones.
tapping their heads,
But if we
tapping their
send you some
fingers and
tea.
bobbing their heads, and they no longer have a pep in their step. They're no longer doing non-exercise
Absolutely.
activities.
You tea by
Question
artillery.
4.
It's the
What
only way
diet
to deliver
actually
it.
works best for long-term weight loss? Keto, low-fat, Mediterranean, intermittent fasting, and you've got to give me a answer. Yeah.
Told you, I'll move for spring.
I'll say it in one sentence.
Just
The
doing-
diet with enough protein, enough total calories, that is comprised predominantly of healthy food choices, that fits the individual's personal preferences and tolerances.
How do I lose belly fat specifically? can you target the belly?
Targeting
Nathan.
belly fat specifically is
Spot
a
fat
matter of
reduction,
targeting
Zimuth.
total body fat. You can't necessarily spot reduce the belly fat.
What are
Now,
you
if we're
listening to,
go
Tiger?
a layer deeper, it is possible for certain diets to be more conducive
So
to
this is
preventing
Dive
visceral
CEO,
fat gain,
which is super
or
interesting.
maybe even
He gets
accelerating visceral fat
the most
loss. Visceral
interesting
fat is the
guests on
fat,
from all
in
kinds of
the-
sort of grounds of
within the
expertise.
abdominal cavity
And he'll
around
just
the organs. And so
watch them for like 2 hours.
it is possible for
and
certain
I love this
diets
show. It's great to
to
have
be
on in
more
the background
conducive
when you're
to
doing other
reductions
things.
in visceral fat.
I can't sit and focus
that
on
would
just
be
watching this.
diets that have a lower proportion of saturated fat.
He's got.
It's just
What's an example of a
Let me
saturated
check
fat
who
food?
this is.
fatty land animal meats. So
Alan
land animal fats are
Aragon,
going to
leading
be
researcher
your
expert in
saturated
education and
fats that
fitness
are
nutrition.
more conducive
With over
to
30 years' experience in the
visceral
field, he's
fat
also a
gain.
nutrition consultant
So
for
if you were to
men's health.
switch out, let's say,
and author of
fatty
books
cuts of
such
meat,
as
just
Flexible
trim that fat
Dieting and
out,
Gift
and if you
Control.
replaced it with something like
Fair.
avocado nuts,
Yeah, he's
olive oil,
saying the right
seeds.
thing so far. Although,
On
as soon as I
menopause,
said he
why
worked
is
for
fat
Men's
loss
Health,
harder
I had
than
my
what actually
doubts.
works?
I
During the menopausal
20 years ago, I tried
transition,
reading
which
Men's Health.
begins
It was just
at
full of absolute
a woman's
bullshit. Like,
mid-40s on average.
oh,
and then
yeah, you
ends
can
in
get
her
skinny
mid-50s.
eating Big Macs, which is like,
There
well,
are
you
changes
can,
physiologically
but
and
that's not a good
hormonally
way to do it.
that can
So,
challenge a fitness program. So it can challenge their ability to execute the fitness program.
like, there
and
is
adhere
really
to
more
it.
to life than Big
And
Macs.
so
But go,
things
we need
like
to half that crap.
hot flashes and joint pain, changes in sexual function, and poor sleep, all of those things can
Oh, they
converge
got a new
to
drone in here.
lead to a decreased ability
VR
to stick to a program
Chat
and do the
Plus.
necessary physical activity and dietary adherence to reach the sort of the standard rate of progress for body composition change. And so the solution to that would be simply, you don't have to rearrange a whole program because somebody's going through menopause. You don't have to cut out nutrients and do any special things. What has been effective is just lowering the expectation of progress. So whereas I would typically have somebody gun for a pound a week of fat loss, somebody in the menopausal transition, they have more challenges to that going on simultaneously. So we would go for about half of that.
Protein? What do they do in terms of protein? Just keep the protein high?
Same range, yeah. So with protein, I gotta say, there's sort of a two-tiered recommendation. So the general public with average goals will do just fine on 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram body weight. That's kind of like the general population average goal. Folks. Somebody like yourself, somebody like me, and folks who are oriented towards maybe pushing the envelope a little bit more than the average. 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. And, you know, there's a little margin over here for people on the fringe, physique competitors, who I would have no problem seeing them go higher than that 2.2 grams per kilogram cutoff.
Is there anything else that peri or menopausal women need to understand about gaining muscle and keeping fat off when they're going through menopause? Is there anything else that we've missed?
You know, I would just emphasize the understanding that midlife presents maybe the highest point of psychological stress in people's lives. So starting from the late 40s, going all the way into people's 50s and 60s, it's like that. You know, the concentrated period in the menopausal transition, mid 40s to mid 50s, is when people are dealing with ailing parents, the stress of ailing parents, the stress of kids going through high school or college, the stress of hitting a high point in their careers, the pressures thereof, the time and the energy that is necessary to allocate for all of those things. All of those things distract from, oh, I've got a fitness program here. Oh, my coach is making me do this and this and this, and now he's making me diet like this. That's the thing that I would emphasize. There's nothing special or different that needs to be done. And in fact, there's a lot of mythology that's circulating the space right now, where coaches and gurus and even some physicians are telling women that they are just doomed to gain a bunch of belly fat and lose a bunch of muscle during menopause. It just happens. You're doomed. Well, that's just
Zero
not true.
Maves put down the headset.
There is a study called the SWAN
Toilet,
study. That's the
drink,
longest and
and
largest
eat your
study
bugs.
of its kind. And the average amount of fat gain during the entire menopausal transition was 1.6 kilograms, which is 3.5 pounds. And the average amount of muscle loss total during the menopausal transition was 0.2 kilograms. That's about half a pound of muscle loss.
Yeah, she's AFK. He's AFK.
Statistically significant? Yes.
I just
Insurmountable?
unlocked a
No.
PIMA boost.
So, and are there going to be
That's strange.
outliers who experience double the muscle loss and double the fat gain of that? Yes. But none of this is insurmountable.
I don't know
What
what
do
it
you think
means.
about taking, is it HRT? Does that
It
help?
means
Find
that
out in the
the
next
boost
episode.
that won't go away.
Oh,
Yeah,
holy
well,
shit.
well, it helps those who need it.
It's a big
So
one.
HRT should be looked
It's
at.
Atlantic
on,
Quad,
Yeah.
141
one of the things that
patents.
really annoys the absolute
Keep
crap
it up
out of me
next to your
is
body.
when I'm seeing comment sections on
Like
social
larger
media
than you.
with people telling everybody that, hey, you just turned 40,
Okay,
time to
it's
go on
good, man.
HRT. That is between you and your doctor.
How did it?
People are trying to
What the hell is
universalize
that?
major changes like
What now?
HRT. Some people
piranha. That was-
definitely
It was
benefit
like
from it.
a little tiny
And
goldfish.
Just the same, there
No,
are
it's
a
a
lot of people
piranha.
who don't need it.
The people that benefit from it,
Piranha?
do they find it easier to
piranha.
gain muscle
The
mass
green, the
and
red.
to not gain fat? Is that kind of like what?
That is a common
Okay.
That is a common result, yes.
Yeah.
But my thing with HRT is this. So there has to be a symptomologic reason to get on it. So you have to be incurring or experiencing symptoms that are disrupting to your quality of life, regardless of what your blood labs are. Like for testosterone, for example. If you are out of range for testosterone, on the lower end, let's say, but you have no symptoms, and you feel fine, you perform great in all aspects, then it's really up to you whether it bugs you enough that you're below range or on the lower end of the range.
Ooh, look at that one, a
To
barracuda.
correct that.
Not a
It's up to
barracuda.
you. And so
Oh, wow.
symptomologically driven. Now, the other thing to look at with
Coaches, then.
HRT is, and a lot of people, they get a single testing point and they
90
judge their
points.
need to get on hormonal replacement therapy based on a single test. What people
Can
need
you
to do
s-
is
you guys
see
see
whether
any of
there
the
is some sort of
fish,
trend going on
in the water?
in one direction or another
Not
or
in
not.
the water. No,
And if that trend
No,
is going in a
I
bad
believe it
direction over
doesn't work
time, and
like
you
that.
can do this by just multiple time points
One is
over
still sitting
an
there.
extended period.
It's probably
It's
not
debatable.
fish.
Maybe
It's
6
probably
months,
just
12 months to see
spawns.
what's going on. Try to correct things through
Depending
lifestyle
on
and
how far
diet,
you got in
and
the
often they are correctable. I've come across many cases where
What do you mean?
a guy will be underslept,
I can see the
overworked,
fish is
eating like
still
crap.
sitting there with a dock.
gets his testosterone levels tested.
Oh,
Oh,
but the floating one.
You're right at the bottom,
Yeah.
or you're even
Ooh.
below
Still sitting
range.
there.
Oh, time for
That's a risk.
HRT. Well, hold on a second.
Or so.
Let's get this guy some sleep. Let's improve his lifestyle, improve body composition, and then bang, testosterone levels double. This is not an uncommon thing. And so I'm very much a proponent of,
Look at that one.
first, are there symptoms driving the justification for HRT? And then secondly, are we basing things on a single time point, or did we actually see a trend over time?
My next question is about PCOS. A lot of women are struggling with PCOS, and
I
that's
can now
causing them to
catch
have
a
irregular
rare
menstrual cycles and fertility issues.
Oh my
What
god.
would you say to a
What
woman
the?
who is struggling with PCOS in terms of
Lol.
dietary prescription?
Isn't
The
that one
Mickey-
of Diamond's?
So
it's one
PCOS
of Diamond's
shares a lot of metabolic characteristics with type 2 diabetes.
What? Ow!
There
I
is
don't know.
insulin resistance going on.
Fuck.
There is
That's
impaired glycemic control going on.
that
And so
We've just
we can
spotted
pretty much justify
fishy
being
mess
cautious
that-
with total
It's,
amount of carbohydrate intake with PCOS.
No?
With type 2 diabetes, there's
That's fun.
2 tiers of importance dietarily. So of first importance with type 2 diabetes, you have to structure the diet so that it allows body fat loss. The success of GLP-1 drugs has actually proven that at the heart of type 2 diabetes is overeating, an abundance of body fat. So the way that type 2 diabetes happens is in genetically predisposed individuals, they gain total body fat, and then they gain visceral fat, an undue amount of visceral fat, and then this leads to insulin resistance and
must be a friend of
impairment
someone in
glycemic
here because this
control.
is a friend's plus instance.
So,
Oh yeah,
PCOS
It's
is
someone that we
very
know whether
similar
or not we know.
in this regard.
Beaver's like-
There is no standard or consensus-based PCOS diet
Am I
program.
muted?
But because
No,
there
you're
are
not muted.
so many similar characteristics,
He's a friend
No,
of
you're not
mine.
muted.
we can
You can hear you.
pretty much
He's a
employ the
friend of-
same principles
he's a friend
of
of
how
mine.
we
He's a
would
friend
intervene
of
with type 2
Diamond,
diabetes, which would, number
Diamond
one,
Doll.
put a priority
We met him
on
during
total
the
body
birthday
fat
party
reduction.
thing.
And then tier number 2 would be,
Fair.
all right, do we need to restrict
Down.
carbohydrates even further? And so that would be very similar with PCOS. And at kind of a population level with type 2
Well, I
diabetes,
have to.
roughly 130-ish grams of carbohydrates a day seems to be sort of the sweet spot below which people have an easier time controlling their blood sugar than above that total amount. But that's just a statistical average. We still have to look at things case by case.
My girlfriend, she has PCOS, and she did the ketogenic diet with me. She's on it at the moment. We've been doing it for about 8 weeks now. We do it intermittently throughout the years. And she said her menstrual cycle has perfectly corrected itself. I think at its maximum it was like 60 days, her menstrual cycle. And then because she's restricted her carbohydrates, as you were saying, in this way, using keto, it's like, she said it's perfect. It's like perfectly predictable now.
That's
And
awesome.
I say that in part because I think people don't, with PCOS who have irregular menstrual cycles, don't often consider that carbohydrates, sugar, glucose, whatever, could be the perpetrator.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
because it's framed as a disease, like you're born with it. Maybe it's heritable.
How is that
maybe
musical?
there's an element of truth to that, but
Well, hello.
it's crazy that
Somewhere
dietary intervention
said
has such a
something. Let me
profound
just.
impact on her in particular.
it's glad to hear that
Hello?
you found something that
Zach,
works.
Alan,
That's-
Zachary,
that's
or
you know,
Retail.
that's-
How are
anytime
you
you
doing?
present
You okay?
with some sort of clinical condition.
So don't mind me. The
I
rest of
would
the
first
guys
tell
have
you, hey, see an
we've all run
endocrinologist or
over to
see
the
a
scoring
doctor who
zone back there, but
specializes
I gotta be
in that
honest.
particular issue.
I thought
And in terms of
can't be
menstrual
bothered
cycles,
to move.
generally,
I'm
if you do
too
have
busy
an irregular
watching my
menstrual
video.
cycle, is there anything
How
you
you
should be thinking
doing,
about?
Zach Allen? It's
Number one,
Zachary.
see a doctor. Number
the
two,
retail. Are you
consider
okay?
whether
Let's
or
put that
not
in the
you are
receipt.
overtraining and undereating.
Yep.
Cool.
So what happens
How are you doing
with
this evening?
female physique competitors? Menstrual disruption, menstrual cessation a few months into prep. Sometimes even a few weeks into prep, depending on how aggressive the diet is. And so menstrual disruption is very common in competitive athletes and in
So
recreational athletes
blowing you just in
who
there.
have to maintain a certain level of
It
leanness
is
while
good to
maintaining a high volume
into
of
here. I'm just having a very
Is that the
tired
body
night.
from an evolutionary perspective saying, listen,
Watching
we
fish.
don't have the energy to have a baby
Watching
here, so we're just going to shut this down.
watching a
That is right on.
podcast.
So you kind of you don't want to be
Relax.
restricting your calorie
being
consumption
easy
too
with
much if you have an irregular menstrual cycle and you're trying to correct that.
No. The so-called female
Great,
athlete
what did
triad
you get up
begins
to?
with overtraining, undereating, potential eating disorder nurturing going on there, and then down the line, the menstrual cycle gets disrupted and stops, and then hormonal changes happen that are negative, and then ultimately results in osteopenia, osteoporosis.
So just caught something
And so
rainbowy.
that chain of events is unfortunately really common with women who
Well, what
don't
is
pay
this?
attention to healthy menstrual
Such
cycle.
throat.
People use this term
Tell you
all the
what,
time,
if
muscle
you ever
memory.
can't find smoked salmon,
I
look for
thought it was
smoked trout. It's
nonsense.
delicious.
But I spoke to someone the other
Nom,
day and they
nom.
said to me, actually, no,
Yeah.
your body does have a muscle memory, which means that if I fall off now and I stop going to the gym, my body is going to be able to get back to
Well,
my
I'm level
current physique
38. This
faster
is amazing.
because I was here once upon a time. Is this true?
That is true. There's some debate going on amongst the community. What goes on physiologically with, like, when you train, you create new myonuclei. So you increase your so-called myonuclear domains, and those stay relatively permanent even during times of detraining. But there's still the
2 seconds.
so-called
I'm just really winning.
proprioceptive or motor component to
Oh,
training
look at this.
that sticks with people.
Oh,
sort
look,
of the
it's a
skill
piranha.
aspect of it that
It's a
sticks
big
with people
piranha
to be
too.
able to execute the movements and
Sorry,
do the
little
things
one. Here we
to
go.
cause the adaptation.
Thank you,
So
Zachary
not only
Allen.
do you have that muscle memory from the myonuclear
It's catching
domain
fish.
standpoint,
Come on, let's see it.
but you
Can I
have
have a look at what I'm doing?
the motor learning, the neurological component, and to a degree, you also have the skeletal component to be able to capacitate that rebound
Let's see what I'm doing
in
now.
loading and muscle regain rather.
Oh,
Is
Pam,
the gut
it's going all over
microbiome
the
playing a
place.
role in my ability to lose weight?
So the aim is we throw the barber. We wait
Not a
for
big
the
one.
fish to
Of course, if I
Why did you make
Right.
that sound?
slow reel
well,
it in.
there's some people in the space who put the microbiome as the master
I'll
regulator
look
of
to-
everything. But
It might have reeled
it's
it in
definitely
a
a
bit
part of
too slow.
the axis of organ systems that manifest
I'm actually
whatever
falling
result
asleep.
we're looking at. It's part
It's
of
terrible.
it, yes. But it's not it's not the main puppeteer of everything. Everything works in concert too. And I'll just give you an example there. So
But
there
yeah,
are certain supplements that
a little.
are
Come on now.
that are claimed to
Come on,
be
oh,
able
look
to
at
in
that,
quotes fix the
bad
gut
man.
microbiome and cause greater weight
It's a
loss.
massive fish.
So there have
What
been
an
many
absolute
studies
whopper.
looking at this
It's
sort of
huge,
phenomenon.
there. This is a
And
pike.
while there is a
Take the
statistically
So,
significant effect in some cases, the absolute amount that they can help for things like body fat loss or body weight loss is usually not practically significant. It's too small
got
to be
some
considered meaningful.
Coca-Cola sweets on the
And
desk.
so
I
I
have.
wouldn't
So I brought
necessarily
another Jack
rely
Chris mix
on
the other
changes
day.
in the gut microbiome for impacting like global changes
Vegan.
in body fat.
Here I have 20 eggs. I heard that you eat 20 eggs per
What?
week, which is
Let's
about
see, mandarin
4 eggs
fish.
a day potentially.
Like, these are weird,
Why
right?
do you eat so many eggs?
Because they look a bit like frogs.
Well, number one,
in
I'm
the
one of
front.
those weirdos
I know I
who
say it a
actually
lot, but
loves
for that.
eggs. I love the taste of them. They're a great source of protein.
So,
Decent source of fat. Most of the fat in there is oleic acid, by the way, which is a monounsaturated that
Shallow.
predominates. Olive oil. It's a low saturated fat thing. Of course, the knock on eggs is their cholesterol content.
oh my goodness me.
But interestingly, it's
I think I just
dietary
casted that at
saturated
such
fat
an
that
angle.
has the greater magnitude of impact on blood lipids than
up in the sky.
dietary cholesterol, interestingly enough.
It's crazy.
I assumption to like 1 a day, possibly 2 a day if you're an elderly person. But I take the health agencies or even the consensus guidelines as okay, that's cool.
Have a little
It's a good
look.
starting point. I happen to like eggs. I'll eat more
What
than
do we
that. Check my blood,
What's
check
another
my health.
piranha?
I'm doing just fine. So I'm one of those people
I love
who
piranha,
can
but
do 4 eggs
stay
a
away
day
from the teeth.
just
They're
fine.
vicious.
Is this part of your
Yeah.
broader testosterone protocol?
I like
4
the
eggs a
fact
day. I
that,
used to eat like 6. It's
eggs
crazy.
are conducive to testosterone.
If we eat too many eggs a
So
day,
you're
you get
53 years old,
constipated.
right?
Take my
Yes.
word
Do you
for that.
test your testosterone levels?
Fiber. Keep
I
drinking.
have not tested my
important.
testosterone levels in forever.
Is that a balanced
But
beer with
I'm not
eggs?
concerned with it because once again, it would be a symptom-driven thing for me to
You're
even
with
care.
Seth.
So if I was
No, I
experiencing
used to
symptoms of
really
low
be
testosterone,
very much into sort
then
of
that would
like
give me a reason
high
check it out
protein
and see
intake,
what's
and
going on.
it works.
and then
but
I would have to
say
take a step back and look and
that
see
yeah, if you're eating
what
6
can I
eggs a
modify with
day,
lifestyle.
fine.
What
but
do I have available to change?
yes,
non-drug
he needs
wise?
fiber
And you know what?
or lots of
If I
water on
ever
top of that. I wouldn't
need
advise it.
To take exogenous
Not for
testosterone, if
long
that day ever comes, well then so be it.
term.
I'm just not there.
What supplements do you take every day?
That's the only problem I have ever
I
had with
take
eggs. Apart from that,
a multivitamin.
incredibly
I
healthy
take 2
food.
multivitamins actually. The reason why I take 2 multivitamins is because really certain key nutrients in there, they have to be in such small amounts per single pill that it's really just meaningless. And so I
If
take 2
you don't sleep
multivitamins,
well and
one
you
of them
don't
with
move a
iron, one of them
lot
without
in a
iron.
day, having
And
a high
I
protein
also
diet
take
that
fish
just
oil.
doesn't make any
I take magnesium.
Within my body
And I
just
take vitamin
rejects
D3.
everything that is extra.
I take vitamin C. And by the way, I really should preface this with this is the bro science
Well,
side of
I mean,
my
our
personal
biology
habits,
dictates
because
everything,
I'm
mate.
taking
so
my vitamins
always
more
the same,
on
but there are
placing your bets basis.
there are some core
rather
tenets.
than, hey man, this is just the bottom line, evidence-based. I think everybody should do this. Okay, so I want to make sure that's clear.
There's no rules
I
of
also
nature.
take
There's just what we
magnesium,
observe.
and I
Habits,
also take
patterns,
collagen.
and those patterns aren't
And
universal.
I also take creatine.
If I told you you could only take 3 of those supplements, which 3 would you
I
pick?
found that junk
That's a
food
damn
is
good question,
fine,
man.
but not
Can I
for
have?
me. I mean,
I'm going to count my 2 multis as 1.
it kind of
So your
lacks a sort
multivitamin.
of
Would that be the first one?
Yes.
anti-inflammatory kind of
And
aspect of
omega-3s,
healthy
fish oil,
food.
vitamin D3.
So
Yeah.
you've sacked off the creatine.
And that's all I'm trying to focus on right now.
You're a genius. Those would be the top 3. Can I add creatine in there? Could I squeeze it in there?
No.
Oh, bro.
You have to pick 3. So you pick the
I picked 3.
multivitamin, omega-3, the vitamin D3.
Well, it might humble me to kick the creatine out, so okay, fine. I'll leave those 3.
You call creatine
Vitamin
king
D3,
creatine.
not B3.
Yeah.
That's
Why'd you call it
interesting.
It's
But okay.
the only
D3 and B3?
non-pharmacological
Oh, on your
supplement
podcast?
that
Yeah.
really has a very strong and deep and broad
Yeah.
evidence base
Oh,
for
yeah.
enhancing
Normally you
the
don't need
effects
any
of
additional
resistance
vitamin
training.
D.
So
It's not
strength
something.
gains and
Vitamin
size
D
gains,
usually
more
is a
strength
chemical
than
your body
size.
can
The
create
size
itself.
gains
Hmm.
they come with the initial loading phase where
Now, this guy
a
was
lot
saying
more
that if he could take 3
intramuscular
things away
water
to a
happens. Or
desert island, one of the things you would take would be a vitamin D3. Now, I would get
hydration.
that if you had a vitamin
is
D
the-
deficiency.
the big
Sure.
immediate part
Vitamin
of creatine that
D3
folks
is
feel
better for
when they
energy
go
levels,
on it
I
and when
think.
they go off of it.
And
So
I'm just
is
You'll
there a-
lose a
wondering
few
why
pounds of lean
you would go
mass
for
if you
D3,
get off
not
of creatine.
B3.
I call it concreatine
Well,
because it
I know
has
there is a B3
possibly
612, but a
close to
D3 I don't
I
know
want to say
about that
it's
one.
reached over
I'm
1,000
not sure if
studies,
there's a
and the majority of those
D3.
studies show positive
It
effects.
sounds like a
Usually
dice,
with
to be
creatine,
honest.
if you were to compare a group taking creatine versus a group not taking
Oh,
creatine,
yeah,
talking
done
about-
some
creatine
tracking
group
studies.
will have like
Yeah.
a
Are you talking
20%
about if
increase in their
creatine is
lifting
like
capacity,
natural or not?
whereas the non-creatine group will have like 12-ish% increase in their lifting capacity over a typical study length, 8 to 12 weeks-ish. And so that is a significant strength gain advantage. And over the long term, that would definitely augment muscle hypertrophy as well. And once you're loaded with creatine, so being loaded with creatine means that you saturate your muscle creatine stores. And that requires either a loading phase of 20 to 25 grams per day for 5 to 7 days, or a maintenance phase that you engage like 3 to 5 grams a day.
Oh, it worked.
You'll be loaded at about 30 days. And so during that loading phase, it's pretty common for people to gain roughly
Oh, by the way,
2%
Tiger,
of their body weight as
Oliver
lean mass.
found a very lovely
People seem
world
to talk about
yesterday.
creatine like it's this miracle thing that everybody should be taking. That's one of the few supplements that
Oh?
it seems all the experts I speak to
Yeah,
about
it was
this
like a
stuff
lobby.
seem to agree upon.
And then it
Obviously,
goes up
vitamin
to
D,
a
omega-3 comes
penthouse.
up all the time, and multivitamins.
Very well done.
Okay.
Also with
But
a big
creatine seems
plate.
to, nobody seems to have much of an issue with it or be able to point to many side effects of taking with it, both for men and women.
Yeah, it's got the
Yeah, but baking lights in
musculoskeletal,
Unity is a lot easier in
benefit.
Blender,
Believe it or not,
which
there's
is why
even,
you'll see it a lot in
benefits for
BR
creatine
chat.
on
And I
joint
haven't come to it yet.
So,
You still need to orchestrate.
not only that, not
you
only
need to
the-
work
the
out what's
athletic
baked,
performance
what's real
and muscle
time,
hypertrophy
what's a
set,
combination of.
but there are
It's,
things like improved glucose control,
It's a process.
improved
But there
memory,
are some really
so
good
different domains of
Unity
cognition can be
plugins, like
enhanced
Bakery,
by
for example,
creatine.
which honestly, they're so damn
level of
efficient.
creatine in the brain can
Just
increase
let
with,
them
with
go. You
supplementation.
arrange your lights and then
Create a
you just let them
pro-energy
go.
environment in
Whereas
the
with
brain,
Blender,
that's
you
how,
find yourself
these
battling the
positive
shader
effects on
system all the
memory
time.
happen with creatine
it's,
supplementation, especially in people with cognitive decline. So there's almost nothing creatine can't do.
Wow.
I'm actually surprised that Meta hasn't given us a solution yet for baking.
A business is only as good as the people inside it. So how do you make sure you're hiring the best? Our sponsor LinkedIn can help you find these applicants
Well,
quickly.
they
I
have,
believe in taking time to hire slowly. But I also
static lights
understand
are,
that once
to
you've
some
decided to
degree.
hire, you want to get the ball rolling
They're not
and get the
quite
best candidates in front of you to start interviewing. And that's
the
where
type
paying
of
to promote
baking
your
we're
role
on
on
about.
LinkedIn makes
They're-
all the difference. Because you'll get applicants 7 times
Yeah, I looked
faster
at the
than if you post
Unity
your job for
mechanism
free. And even though slower, more considered hiring is important, you never want your hiring platforms to be what's holding you back. LinkedIn keeps pace. It takes care of the heavy lifting, sending you highly skilled candidates that you wouldn't find anywhere else. So when the time comes to make your next hire, make it count and promote your job on LinkedIn. Head to linkedin.com/DOAC. That's linkedin.com/DOAC, and terms and conditions apply.
Right, guys, gonna go get Steve the guest in here. Ready? Come in. Oh my God, Steve!
What?
What are you doing?
This is the Bond Charge face mask. It's good for blemishes, wrinkles, clears up the skin. It's red light. Have you not used it before? No. I've tried this before. It's really, really good. It shines red light on your face, which helps increase and boost collagen production. I actually found it out because of the missus. Seen her wearing it, she terrified me a couple of nights in a row. I thought it was to scare people with, but actually it's really, really good for your skin. So they are a sponsor of the podcast, and I've been using it every day for about 1.5 years now.
Wow, Steve, your
I'm
skin
glowing,
looks
aren't I?
great.
Yes, and Bond Charge ships worldwide with easy returns and a 1-year-long warranty on all of their products. So visit bondcharge.com/diary for 25% off on any product site-wide. But you have to order through that link. That's bondcharge.com/diary with code diary.
Diet breaks. What's a diet
Net
break, and
level
why does
40. It's amazing.
Why is that a useful tool?
Yes. So one of the big things that dieters
Zach, did your new computer
are progress
arrive
plateaus.
already?
And so we can define a progress plateau as
It did. I'm running like now.
to possibly 8 weeks of no change in body composition.
It does like
despite good
literally
compliance to
everything that I want it to.
With
Even
that
the modulator
definition
now
out of
is
the way,
working near
then
enough real time.
intervening
And it's running VR
overcoming
chat.
or managing a plateau
And it's streaming.
really
It's
sort of
it's
this
handling everything I'm throwing at it, which is great.
that
Yeah,
needs to be
I'm
looked
so
at
pleased.
case by case. Where,
So I was
for
planning on
example,
setting up one of the other laptops
if
as a
somebody
modulator and having that
feels
just
like
as
they're in
a
the midst
act
of
as
a
a server.
plateau,
Sure.
and they have been on program, then there's really only 2 reasons the plateau happened. So reason number 1 is that their compliance was inconsistent. So poor compliance is number 1. Or number 2, they have reached energy equilibrium. So they've reached a genuine and bona fide new maintenance point. But there's something that is overarching with the plateau concept that people need to understand. So we automatically look at progress plateaus as something negative. When people need to reorganize or reframe their perception of what a plateau is. And the plateau is just the body doing its job. When we look at the body as an adaptive survival unit, then homeostasis is a big part of that. So if the body achieves homeostasis, then hallelujah, we're gonna live. We're gonna survive. So if, for example, somebody
Did you
has a
manage to
lot
get
of
a good
weight,
connection with your
let's say
computer?
somewhere to the order of over 20 pounds, 20, 40, 60 pounds to lose.
Yeah.
They have to understand that multiple plateaus will be encountered en route to their ultimate goal.
Because I looked at it and the Quest 3
And
doesn't have any.
the way that the
Wi-Fi
body
6E
changes
or
is
7.
always going to be this surge, slow, stop pattern.
Yeah.
And it just continues this way. And with every progressive plateau, the surge part gets shorter. And the slowing part and then the plateau part gets longer. So you can think of it as staircases and landings. So with each successive plateau, the staircase gets shorter, the landing gets longer. But it's supposed to go like that. And the plateaus should be getting longer because the ultimate goal, after all, is a plateau of sorts. And when people come to realize that, then they can look at plateaus as what I call maintenance practice. So if they have that mental shift from seeing plateaus as this negative thing where I need to go sniff out the next great diet or the next great product, they can look at it as, all right, so the plateau is a good thing. The body is doing its job. Now we have an opportunity to practice maintenance. And think about it this way too, Stephen. Anybody can get weight off. But weight loss maintenance really is the issue. So the better you get at weight loss maintenance, then the more you can win the game.
How do I get good at weight loss maintenance?
All right, so in order to properly maintain, you have to properly get there. So properly getting there means that you have to do your best to maintain your lean body mass while you're losing body fat. So what happens to a lot of people when they diet is they lose a lot of lean body mass along with...
Lean body mass, you mean muscle?
Yes, muscle mass.
Muscle mass.
Along with their fat mass. And so muscle tissue is something very important to keep on the body while you're losing fat. Because muscle is, we can look at it as our metabolically active. Every tissue is metabolically active, even body fat. But muscle tissue specifically is the center of our dietary fuel usage. It is the metabolic engine of the body, if you will. And so if you're losing muscle tissue, you're really losing metabolic leverage while you're losing body fat.
So the way that I infer that is that muscle's very greedy.
Yeah.
And it takes up a lot of calories. So if I lose my muscle, when I drop my weight, it's almost like the greedy guy who sucks up all my calories is no longer there. And so I'm quite likely just to rebound quite quickly.
That's a great analogy, and it's accurate too. And in fact, there is a phenomenon that in the literature, it's called collateral fattening. And that happens when the body senses an energy crisis at the end of a diet where you've lost a bunch of muscle mass. The body senses that, oh my gosh, we just lost a bunch of precious tissue. We have to do whatever we can to get it back. And so your hunger signals ramp up, and your body kind of behaviorally and even metabolically does what is necessary for you to feed that back as soon as possible. And this does not necessarily happen, certainly not to that kind of magnitude, if you keep your muscle mass while you're losing body.